All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's gonna be like part 3 of the Chat GPT Fox Body Mustang race car. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm building a car on the side of my house video project. All right, I don't exactly know where I left off filming last, but we did get the rear end freed up, right? So it spins easily now. It was the brakes. I know this is on backwards. Was the brakes. It spins freely now. It is great. And basically, I do have footage of this, doing this whole thing, so I'm gonna cut to that right now so you can kind of see that process. It was a bit of a pain, but we got it done. Learned a thing or two about drum brakes, so I don't know anything about those. So I'm gonna jump to that right now and you can see those clips now, all right? All right, so we're gonna try and get these rear brakes freed up. We're hoping it's the brakes, or I'm hoping it's the brakes. If it's the axle, it's gonna be a little bit more work. However, I am thinking about putting like an SN95 rear axle in this thing. Make sure I'm wide view so I get my whole face in there. However, I do want the brakes just freed up now just so I can push this thing around. So it's really hard to even get anywhere, get it moved at all. So we're gonna jack it up. We've already jacked this thing up once before and we had it fall. Actually, it kind of fell into the John boat a little bit. Reason being is 2 reasons. 1, I got lazy. 2, the car so I couldn't get my floor jacked really to the diff. And when I say I was lazy, I put it on jack stands and I just put the jack stands on the grass. I didn't put the jack stands on wood or anything to secure them. And they ended up just sinking down into the ground and then tipping over. It was very minor. And it kind of just tapped into the fender there on the trailer. But this fuel tank's gonna come out of this car. I'm gonna do a fuel cell in the trunk. So I'm gonna try and just lift it to get access, get the wheels off and get access to the rear brakes. I'm just gonna lift it from the fuel tank. So let's see what happens. Hopefully the fuel tank's not rusty and doesn't just punch a hole through it. I smell gas. Whatever's happening is not good right now. Pretty sure these holes were not there before. I smell gas, but I don't see any drips. Let's keep going, see what happens. Dude, I thought about putting wood across the bottom to kind of level out where the pressure is on the fuel tank. But I got lazy again, I didn't do it. We're almost flying. Oh, back right's fine. Back left is not. Whew, that is sketchy. This fuel tank is for sale if anybody wants it. Pretty good shape. I need to put some jack stands on this thing and loosen the fuel tank straps while I'm here, so when I lower it, the fuel tank will come out. Oh. Oh, yep. Tire. Is that supposed to just fall out when I jack the car up? Are they broken? They're broken. So I just fell out, I think. Man, that sucks. A wasp nest. Wonder if I can put the car down without these in here. Another wasp nest. All right, so I just consulted my project, or my partner on this project, aka Chat GPT, and I'll show you what it said right here. On whether I could lower the car down or not without these in there, and it's definitely said not to do that. So really hope that fuel tank holds up, or I can get it on some jack stands, I guess, for the time being. Yeah, that's a bummer for sure. Hopefully we don't have too big of an issue here going on. Hopefully this thing doesn't fall. I guess it would hit these bump stops here, which seem to be in pretty decent shape, along with that other wasp nest right there. Rear shocks don't look that bad. We got the bushings are a little busted up. But my ADD's kicking in harder now. I need to figure out how to free these up, all right? That's what we're doing. All right, so I got the shoe off, I think they call that, right? This thing's definitely seized up. I literally have no idea what I'm looking at as far as drum brakes wise goes. I do know that there's this little adjuster down here, and I tried adjusting that, but that thing's seized up real good, so that's great. Just pulled the wheel off on the other side. I'm gonna go take a look at that. I did pull this little cable off here, thinking that I might do something, but I literally just think everything is rusted into one. So okay, so I basically started just prying different springs. All right, so right here I basically sprayed everything down with PB blaster, and then I started hitting it with the torch. Sometimes heat can just help loosen things up, burn some grime and rust away. At least that was my thought process. It actually did work. The little adjuster at the bottom was able to get freed up after this, as well as a lot of the springs just were way less stiff. I think just from having gunk and whatnot, kind of got hot, burned some stuff off, and helped loosen things up. So yanking stuff off and started to kind of come apart. Last thing is this part is attached via this thing. Can't really figure it out, but it does kind of seem like there's like a keyway. If I rotate it, seems like it might. Oh! That worked. I don't know what I did. All right, so I got everything from this driver's side drum, I think, broken down. There's a little cylinder here, I don't think that comes up. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. They're still locked up. It's almost like the freaking rear end's in gear or something. No, because that would be the drive shaft, took the transmission. It should spin freely. Maybe I just need to undo the other, do this on the other side and see. I don't really see any movement in the drive shaft when I try and turn this. I don't know. I'm gonna keep working at it, see if we can figure it out. All right, so we got this driver's side or passenger side drum off. This one needed a lot more persuasion. I was beating the crap out of that thing trying to get it off. But on a positive note, check this out. We got movement. Our drive shaft spinning. So this brake here was our dang issue. Look at this pad, it's pretty fresh. I'm guessing this pad was seized up. Break down everything in these brakes just like I did on the other side, which basically I popped this spring off, popped that spring off. The little dial tensioner, I heated that up. Oh, this one's smooth on this side. Tell you what, I feel like a gosh dang drum brake expert with how quickly I was able to break down this side after doing the other side one time. I mean, everything came apart super quick. I was like 5 minutes and I got both of the pads out, all the springs, whatever. I'm just gonna go get that strap out. Might try and get the drive shaft out, because it's like a half of the drive shaft hanging in there. It might interfere with some stuff. So moving right along here. So now back where we left off after you just saw that whole debacle with basically setting the rear end on fire to, you know, kind of get that freed up. Today we came out here and we have an actual plan. Typically when I come out here, I kind of just, you know, look at the car, be like, oh yeah, that needs to be done, I'll do that. That needs to be done, maybe I'll do that. And it kind of leads to me bouncing all over the place, right? So we have a plan today, and I didn't write this plan down, but about 5 minutes ago I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and it sounded great. So what I'm gonna do is drive shaft coming out of the car, right? We have a drive shaft like cut in half attached to the rear end. The last obstacle to keep this thing from being able to be pushed and moved and adjusted. We're sitting kind of cattywampus sideways. I need to push this thing out, push it back. I want it straight. I don't want it sitting like this. If you saw my other video, this thing did fall off the jack stands because we didn't have wood down there yet. And when it fell, we got the car on an angle. We're gonna cut the drive shaft out. We also wanna get the fuel tank out. We're gonna get the wheels back on. We're gonna get this thing straightened out in the correct spot. Depending on how much daylight we have left, we're gonna go from there. As you can see, we are in the shade right now, so we are in the work zone time of the day, which is, you know, it's almost 5 o'clock now. All right, so we ran into a little bit of a debacle right out the gate here. Those are 12-point nuts. According to ChatGPT, 6-point sockets won't fit on the 12-point nuts. I need 12-point sockets. So that's freaking lame. I do not want to go buy a whole socket set just to be able to remove this drive shaft. Well, we don't need to go to the store and get those sockets today. Hey, Bill. Billy. Hey, Billy, sit. Say hi to the people. To the channel. This is our new puppy, Billy. That is our new dog to the family. Chesapeake Bay Retriever. A little over 2 months old now. So yeah, coming up in a week or so here, he'll be 3 months old. He's been crazy. Hey. No. No. I'll be chewing on my cords now, though, buddy. No. All right, but we just got the drive shaft out. We got the drums on. We're gonna throw the wheels back on. We're gonna move the car. We're not gonna do the fuel tank yet because it's kind of convenient actually being able to just lift from that fuel tank that we know we're ripping out. All right, so I just realized I can't actually do what I wanted to do because we have this spring brake. So I'm gonna have to take that wheel back off. And I ordered new springs. I'm gonna be in the middle. They're not gonna get here till tomorrow. So tomorrow we could roll this thing into a better position. Right now is we're gonna get this shock out in preparation for our new springs that should be here tomorrow. So what are the chances I can get this out with this little door panel? Definition of using the wrong tools for the job right here. No way I had it. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Most likely to get the new ones in, I'm gonna have to pull these shocks out anyways, have it drop down. But here we are. Mission accomplished. What you think? Good looking?
I think it's great.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna transition for this evening back to the front of the car. I think I might pull the headlights and try and get these bumper and fenders off again. I haven't messed with this in a couple weeks, but last time I messed with it, I started to get all these bolts out. However, this one is stripped, so I think I'm gonna sawzall underneath it, try and cut that bolt out. I don't know if you guys can see that. Those look really rusted. I feel like that's not gonna come out. So something might be getting sawzalled there as well. I gotta kind of think about this, how I wanna do that. Pretty sure it's the same on the other side. So that one, you guys can't really see. Although it looks white, it is very rusty. And we're gonna have to get the wheel off. Ants are a non-stop problem around here. That piece of wood I brought over was covered in ants, so I just hit them. Hope they all die. Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. How did I do this before? case you guys have been wondering how those came off so easily, I've been soaking those lug nuts in PB Blast here for the past couple weeks. Like every day I walk by it, we've been hitting it. Just hoping it comes off easy, and guess what? It sure did. Yeah, that choker's not coming off there. Leave that. Door hinge area one, not coming off either. Try this other side. No go on that one either. There's always one, I swear. There's always freaking one. Oh yeah. All right, well, I guess we just take the fender off. Wheel liner will come out with it, and then we'll pull it out from there. All right, we got that one. Now we're gonna try and thread the needle on that one. I can't even get to the little bolt. There's so much extra crap right there. What a freaking joke this is, dude. One strip bolt is causing this much of a... Y'all can get an idea of what I'm looking at here. You can see where we're cutting, but that little washer square piece in there is what's giving us a hard time. My sawzall can cut through that screw in 4 seconds if I just get to it. I'm trying to use the end of my blade here. I don't know if you can see that, it's completely shot. I need a new blade. It's a waste of time. I'm gonna try one more thing. You guys ever wondered if a tile cutoff wheel can cut metal? It's the only one I got, and I'm curious. This is for stone and tiles. Hopefully it doesn't end up in my eyeball. Well, it worked. Let's see what else is holding this thing on here. Probably the bumper. There's a bunch of bolts. All right, so there's a bunch of bolts that run up through there. Come on! Someone buy me a lift and a slab of concrete, please. Pretty horrible design here. There's another one up there. You're kidding me? Going from up top. Oh. There's some real design flaws that comes to working on this thing. The bolt for the headlight. This is how much room I got. There's like that much sticking out of the nut. I gotta back it off. And there's 5 of these. Alright, so I got the numbers, the 7/16 right here. Let's see how long it takes to do one full rotation. Done. That was 1/360. Try and get it with my fingers. Nope. Cannot believe how ridiculous it is to get these headlights out. Just got that out. And then this corner one. It's like the bolt is way tucked back up under there. Makes no sense. Guess what's a different size nut than all the other headlight nuts? The bottom one and this turn signal bulb. They've all been 7/16, and then there's one that's smaller. Guess we got it out. Did all that so we could reach up behind here. And hopefully get this. You know what saved me a lot of time on this project? I just lit this car on fire. Cool. All that for nothing. Still going under. So I'm not really sure where my phone died, but we've been cutting a lot more stuff. And of course there's one more bolt. I cannot believe this car.
You can't?
No, why is it designed like that? Why won't this bolt come out? Why does it just spin in place? Why is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them to get the bumper off, which is also attached to the fender?
Billy, stop it. You're gonna get electrocuted.
The access to get the headlights out was absolutely absurd. There was no access.
They wanted to really make sure that everything was going to stay in place.
They wanted to make sure it was really difficult to replace something, is what it seems like.
They wanted to make it really sturdy. It's the Ford way.
All right, so a little bit of time later, clearly my dirty hands have gotten this thing destroyed. But we have got a fender off. Now, a couple reasons why that was so difficult. Down here, that screw obviously rusted, can't do nothing, so I had to cut the metal. And then now, how am I gonna re-secure the fender back in this area? When I put it back on, it's probably gonna be loose. Second thing, I had to cut this piece right here because the little keeper down here that you see here was broken and rusty, so the bolt was just spinning and I couldn't get it out, so I chopped that. So it's also going to be loose here. However, it will be secured to the bumper, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws holding onto the fender. Another negative is this rust right here. This is obviously structural members right here, and I haven't found any rust really in a structural part of the car until just now. It's obviously not really good. I mean, poking holes in it in the bottom. I was doing this in the floorboard and it was poking holes, no problem. So this is obviously, oh man. All right, so I think I'm just about done for the night. I'm gonna start cleaning it up, but I got real nervous when I pulled this fender off and I saw this rust, and I decided to hit it with the wire wheel real quick, because the wire wheel is really gonna, you know, reveal what's underneath all that rust, and I'm no longer really worried about it. There's a lot of rust in here, but nothing I could like punch a hole in or anything like that. And I did wire wheel under here, and everything feels pretty solid. So I also hit the shock tower a little bit in that spot I was worried about. And we got all solid metal on the shock tower. I checked the K-member a little bit. I was kind of hitting this. I still don't know if I'm gonna use the factory K-member or spend the $300 to $500 and get, you know, a tubular K-member. Drop a comment. You know, obviously I want this to be as budget as possible, and if the K-member is usable, should we use it, or should we just, while we're here, swap it out? Let me know in the comments below. This doesn't look too bad at all in my opinion. Now I did start to get into here a little bit, and obviously we have a hole here, which if I come back around here, you can see where that is right there. However, I don't think that's really an issue, because the structural part that's important is the shock tower and then this frame rail here. You know, on a lot of these race cars that I see, they cut all this out, and then they'll also come in here and they'll like cut out all this, right? And you just have your frame rail here. So I'm looking at it, I think it curved. It's hard to tell. Side's got a little curve in it too. Huh. Yeah, the car straight as an arrow, you know? That's what the Facebook Marketplace ad said. So we're really getting into this thing now. Alright, so I don't know how I look right now. Probably absolutely ridiculous, but I'm gonna call it for the night. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Freaking brain's not working good. I'm hungry. Gotta clean up all this tools and stuff. But we'll pick back up whenever I can work on this thing again, whenever that next day is. So let's keep it going.